gamergrade.com.
What's up guys, Jay from Gamergrade here, bringing you another video, this time on Assassin's Creed Origins. Easily the best Assassin's Creed game I've played since Brotherhood and Black Flag. With an absolutely stunning, huge open world to explore, based in the Mediterranean country of Egypt, resulting in one of the best looking open worlds created to date, and packed to the brim with enjoyable content. This video will explain everything you need to know to get the absolute best out of the game and make the most efficient use of your playtime, so you can decide what's worth pursuing and what's best left ignored. As always, I've included headed timestamp codes in the description for your convenience. Before delving into the numerous activities available in the game, it's important to fully understand how the weapons, inventory and crafting systems work. There are 3 tiers to weapons and shields, and these are indicated by their coloured backgrounds. Blue being the common tier, purple being rare, and golden being legendary. All weapons and shields come with additional fixed attributes, making them unique. Common blue gear will always have a single black attribute, rare purple gear will always have 2 black attributes, and golden legendary gear will always have 2 black attributes and 1 golden attribute, or 2 black attributes and the red cursed attribute. All the black attributes have 4 ranks indicated by these small white bars. The higher the rank, the more powerful the attribute. By pressing the legend button, displayed at the bottom left of the gear screen, all the available weapon and shield attributes will be clearly displayed for your perusal. For an explanation of each one and improvements granted for each rank, simply hover over them. The golden attributes don't have any ranks. Instead, they all offer a predetermined set effect. The same goes for the unique red cursed attribute, which basically turns you into a glass cannon. The quality rating of your gear is the primary stat, and the higher the quality rating, the better. In the case of weapons, a higher quality rating means more damage per second, and in the case of shields, it means more hit points. For obvious reasons, you will always want to take into consideration the attributes a particular piece of gear offers over another, before making your final decision of what to equip or upgrade, rather than deciding on the quality rating alone. For instance, critical hit rate, critical hit damage, and bleeding on hit may all serve you better than fire resistance, rate of fire, and adrenaline on parry. There are 4 types of bows in the game as follows: hunter bows, light bows, warrior bows, and predator bows. Each type has its own advantages and disadvantages in any given situation. The hunter bow is a good all-round multi-purpose ranged weapon that suits most situations and will most likely be your most utilised bow. The light bows are rapid fire bows that can fire off several arrows in very quick succession, similar to a semi-automatic weapon, sapping the health of any nearby targets quickly and efficiently. The warrior bows are close-range high-powered bows that fire off 5 arrows in one shot with a wide spread, shotgun style. Just make sure you're in optimal range so as to ensure all arrows find their target. Finally, we have the predator bows, which are slow firing long range sniping bows, ideal for stealth headshots, dealing high damage and thinning stronghold ranks from a distance. Make sure to check out these 4 useful skills on Bayek's abilities hunter tree that further enhance the strengths of each type of bow. Enhanced light bow allows you to fire off even more arrows rapidly without reload. Enhanced Predator Bow enables slow-mo and flight control of your arrows for even more headshot accuracy. Enhanced Hunter Bow will allow you to perform shield breaks by powering up your shot. And finally, Enhanced Warrior Bow will allow you to reduce the dispersion of your 5 arrows, allowing greater accuracy at greater distance. The ranged weapon slot marked A is your primary bow slot. and the slot to its left marked B is your secondary bow slot. The B slot requires the bow bearer skill on the hunter tree to unlock, allowing you to quick swap 2 of your favourite bows on the fly. There are 7 types of melee weapons available in the game as follows: regular swords, sickle swords, dual swords, heavy blunts, heavy blades, scepters and spears. Just like bows, the melee weapon slot marked A is your primary weapon slot, and the slot to the right marked B is your secondary melee weapon slot. The B slot requires the weapon bearer skill under the warrior tree to unlock, allowing you to quick swap 2 of your favourite melee weapons on the fly. It's worth noting that each category type of melee weapon and bow have a mutual attribute that is always present within that category. Always consider these mutual attributes when deciding which categories of weapons you want to use. Check out this table to see which mutual attributes are always present for the different categories of weapons, which may sway your preference when deciding which categories to spend the most resources upgrading and of course using in battle. Now is a good time to explain how the Overpower ability works, which is given to you at the start of the game. Overpower is activated by attacking enemies and filling your adrenaline bar. Once it fills, it will glow, indicating it's ready to use at your will. There are 2 modes of Overpower that can be triggered. One is a single powerful attack which needs to be timed properly to hit a vulnerable enemy and is displayed as a blue bar. The other is a Fury mode which increases your attack speed and damage for several seconds, which is displayed as a yellow bar. The mode that becomes available to you depends on the weapon you are currently wielding. Regular swords, spears, heavy blades and dual swords all build to a blue bar and trigger a high-powered single attack which requires timing and accuracy, while sickle swords, scepters and heavy blunts all build to a yellow bar and trigger the Fury mode for several seconds. It's worth noting, once your Overpower ability becomes available, it will remain available until manually triggered. This means you can swap to any other weapon from any category if you prefer to use the Overpower ability of another weapon. The charge will remain. To double the damage of your Overpower ability for all weapons, you will want to unlock the Overpower Ultra ability under the warrior tree, costing just a single ability point to unlock. The outfits and mounts section are mainly aesthetic, so simply choose your outfit and mount to suit your visual appeal. According to some sources, the horses are supposedly a tiny bit faster and camels offer slightly more stability during mounted combat. But if this is the case, then it's barely noticeable, so simply pick a mount you prefer the look and feel of. New mounts can be purchased at stables or by completing side quests and winning race tournaments at the Hippodrome. New outfits can be purchased from any tailor or by completing side quests and defeating bosses at the Gladiator arenas. You are designated a single tool slot for equipping a tool. There are 6 tools available in the game which are all unlocked under the Sears section of Bayek's abilities tree. The tools available are Berserk, Firebomb, Flesh Decay Toxin, Poison Darts, Sleep Darts and Smokescreen. These tools will assist Bayek in either battle or stealth. You can assign one of 3 specific tools at a time in the tool slot. These are the Firebomb, Poison Darts or Sleep Darts. When you hold left on the D-pad or press number 4 on your keyboard, your slotted tool will be equipped and ready to deploy at your will. The remaining 3 tools do not need to be slotted and equipped to use, only unlocked. These are Berserk, Flesh Decay Toxin and Smokescreen. Instead, you will see an in-game prompt to press a key when the correct situation arises to use one of these 3 tools. You will also see an on-screen prompt of remaining ammunition after deployment. You can also see remaining ammunition of all unlocked tools, as well as remaining arrows of all bows via the inventory screen. Okay, let's dive into the crafting available in the game, which is limited to these 6 pieces of gear, which cannot be removed or changed, only upgraded. These are the Hidden Blade, Quiver, Stabilizer Glove, Bracer, Breastplate, and Tool Pouch. The small white bars located to the right of each item indicate the level that particular piece of gear has been currently upgraded to. If you mouse over each piece of gear, you will see the stats at the bottom of the screen change. The base white figure is what your current stat is, and the highlighted green figure shows you what the stat will change to after upgrading that piece of gear to the next level. Upgrading each of the 6 pieces of gear will require specific resources, and each piece of gear will upgrade different stats specific to that piece of gear, which I will explain in detail shortly. It's worth noting here that the 2 DLCs, the Hidden Ones and Curse of the Pharaohs, both add additional crafting levels to each piece of gear, and the latter DLC offers a new crafting material to farm. I don't know the exact crafting material numbers required for the additional crafting levels introduced in the Curse of the Pharaohs. For this reason, I will leave the chart entries blank where appropriate. I will quickly explain what each DLC brings to the table in terms of crafting. The first DLC, the Hidden Ones, adds 2 new crafting levels for the Hidden Blade, Stabilizer Glove, Bracer, and Breastplate, raising their max levels from 10 to 12, as well as adding 1 new crafting level for the Quiver and Tools Pouch, raising their max levels from 5 to 6. No new crafting materials are introduced in this first DLC. The second and final DLC, Curse of the Pharaohs, just like the first DLC, adds a further 2 new crafting levels for the Hidden Blade, Stabilizer Glove, Bracer, and Breastplate, raising their max levels from 12 to 14, as well as adding 1 new crafting level for the Quiver and Tools Pouch, raising their max levels from 6 to 7. Curse of the Pharaohs also introduces a new crafting material called Shards of a Star, and you will need 250 of these to max out all of your crafting levels. Shards of a Star can be acquired from killing the undead bosses Pharaoh's Shadows, which drop 3 per kill, as well as killing scorpions in the afterlife, which drop 2 per kill. You will also find various treasure locations that possess these Shards of a Star throughout the afterlife regions, with one place in particular being abundant, namely Orion's Crater, located in the eastern part of Heb-Sed, Ramesses' afterlife region. Upgrading the Hidden Blade, which is automatically acquired early in the story, will increase its damage during stealth kills, increasing your chances of taking out higher level enemies in one hit undetected. Here you can see all the resources required to fully upgrade the Hidden Blade and the resulting damage increase per level. As previously mentioned, I don't know all the exact numbers for some of the DLC entries, which I will leave blank where appropriate. Upgrading the Quiver will increase your max arrow capacity, which can make a huge difference when farming resources or infiltrating large camps. Here you can see all the resources required to fully upgrade the Quiver and the resulting increase in arrows for each bow type per level. It's worth keeping 1 of each type of bow in your inventory, since the available ammunition is exclusive to each type of bow. So for example, if you run out of arrows on your hunter bow, simply swap to another bow type for which you still have ammunition. Upgrading the Stabilizer Glove will increase ranged damage for all of your bows, and is a must if you prefer attacking at distance. It's also a good way to increase your chances of one-hit headshot kills. Here you can see all the resources required to fully upgrade the Stabilizer Glove and the resulting increase in bow damage for each upgrade level. Upgrading the Bracer will increase melee damage for all of your melee weapons. This is definitely a piece of gear you will want to upgrade often, as optimizing your melee damage is crucial. Here you can see all the resources required to fully upgrade the Bracer and the resulting increase in melee damage for each upgrade level. Upgrading the Breastplate will increase your HP, allowing you to take more damage before falling. There are 3 segments to your health bar. When your health drops into each segment, your health will only recover to the segment it dropped into. So having a large pool of HP to work with is crucial, especially when fighting bosses or multiple foes. Here you can see all the resources required to fully upgrade the Breastplate and the resulting increase in HP for each upgrade level. Finally, we have the Tool Pouch. Upgrading the Tool Pouch will increase the ammunition available for the 6 different tools. As a reminder, the Firebomb, Poison Darts and Sleep Darts all need to be manually slotted and equipped before using, while Berserk, Flesh Decay Toxin and Smokescreen tools are all passive and rely on on-screen prompts for activation. Here you can see all the resources required to fully upgrade the Tool Pouch and the resulting increase in ammunition for each upgrade level. This chart shows you all the crafting resource types in the game and where you can acquire them. It's a good idea to get into the early habit of dismantling the vast majority of your unwanted blue and purple gear for crafting materials instead of selling. To do this, simply go into your gear screen, select the item you want to dismantle, then hold down the indicated button. You will gain bronze, iron and/or cedarwood for doing so, and a ton of these resources are required for your crafting. This tactic will save you a lot of time farming and will no doubt speed up your crafting progress, which should be your priority. It's best to avoid dismantling gold legendary gear, as it's worth significantly more selling to a trader. The materials you receive isn't a good trade-off when dismantling legendaries. Also, it's only a good idea to only ever upgrade legendary gear at a blacksmith, rather than blues or purples. Saying that, as you will be acquiring new more powerful weapons often throughout the story and side quests, it's still only worth splashing out on upgrading legendaries later on in the game, when you're at a much higher level and have a lot more coin, since you can only upgrade weapons and shields to your current level. As you can see here, it costs a similar amount of drachmas to upgrade a legendary weapon from any level to your current level. If the legendary is 30 levels below you or just 1 level below you, it will still cost a similar amount to upgrade it to your current level. This means if you're upgrading your legendaries at regular intervals to keep up with your current level from an early stage, you will be spending way too much overall. When upgrading weapons and shields at a blacksmith, the upgrade only improves the quality rating value of an item. This means higher DPS for weapons and increased health for shields. The specific abilities and the level of those abilities attached to a weapon or shield will always remain the same, whether fully upgraded or not. So make sure to keep hold of and fully upgrade those legendaries with your favourite abilities and ability level combinations. The best ways to acquire legendary gear is by completing certain activities in the game. I will be explaining all of these activities in detail shortly, but there are 2 specific activities which are the best activities for acquiring legendaries, which are solving Papyrus scroll puzzles and killing Phylakes prey. You can also buy expensive Hecker chests from Reader at Nomad's Bazaar, which gives a random rare or legendary item, so is more of a gamble. Besides the usual main quests and side quests available in the game, there are many other enjoyable activities to be explored, which will significantly boost Bayek's experience as well as bolstering his loadout with rare and legendary gear when completed, so well worth investing the time to complete. These activities are as follows: military strongholds, war elephants, tombs and ancient mechanisms, stone circles, Gladiator arenas, Hermit locations, Hippodrome Chariot racing, Nomad's Bazaar, Papyrus scrolls and Myths of the Pharaohs steely puzzles, Phylakes prey and Shadows of the Scarab bounty hunters, Ptolemy statues, Viewpoints, and finally animal lairs. Military strongholds come in 3 sizes. Small military camps, indicated by a red single arrow icon, require you to kill a single captain and loot a designated treasure to clear. Medium military installations, indicated by an icon with 2 arrows, require you to kill a captain, a commander, as well as loot 2 designated treasures to clear. And full-sized forts, indicated by 3 arrows, require you to kill 2 captains, a commander, as well as loot 4 designated treasures to clear. Captains and commanders will always be identified with a yellow crown icon when tagged, so make sure to scan strongholds with Senu to locate targets before infiltration. There's a high chance that medium installations and forts will possess the rare carbon crystal crafting material in 1 or more of their treasure locations. Looting these rare carbon crystals is one of the main reasons to clear out these larger strongholds. War elephants are indicated by this map icon when located. They are extremely tough elite enemies and your objective is to simply kill them. All war elephants are level 40, so are best tackled when you are much closer to their level and suitably equipped. There are 4 elephant battles in total, each offering 1 ability point upon defeat. One elephant also offers a legendary outfit and another offers a legendary predator bow. Tombs are ancient burial sites that house plenty of treasure and mysteries waiting to be discovered. But to clear each one, you will need to locate and activate an ancient tablet. There are 14 tombs in the game, each housing 1 ancient tablet. Once you locate and interact with the tablets in each one, you will be awarded with an ability point. Of the 14 tombs, 6 of them also house a hidden ancient mechanism with a secret message. Once found, these ancient mechanisms can only be activated with a rare and unique resource called silica. Once an ancient mechanism is activated, you receive an ancient recorded secret message and 250 experience per mechanism. There is only a set number of silica to be found in the game, and their sole purpose is to unlock ancient mechanisms. The vast majority of silica are found in the tombs themselves, so exploring them is vital. While a small number of silica are scattered in the main world as treasure, tombs by far will be your main supply. 5 out of the 6 ancient mechanisms require 5 silica, giving the usual secret message and experience when unlocked. While one of the mechanisms is special, requiring 50 silica and will unlock the secret Isu armor. This special ancient mechanism is found under the Great Sphinx, located in East Giza, which is accessed via a secret passage at the rear. However, you will only be able to access the Sphinx's ancient mechanism by completing the side quest named Bayek's Promise, which is the Stone Circles activity I will detail next. It's worth noting that as you unlock the ancient mechanisms, the appropriate number of silica will be deducted from your inventory. So if your only concern is acquiring the secret Isu armor, then unlocking the other ancient mechanisms is not required. Just make sure to have 50 silica in your inventory for the moment you complete the Bayek's Promise Stone Circles side quest, and the armor is yours. The Stone Circles activity is marked on the game's map legend as Align the Stars. The side quest directly related to this activity is called Bayek's Promise, and as just mentioned, it is a prerequisite to unlocking the ancient mechanism underneath the Great Sphinx to acquire the secret Isu armor. To unlock the mechanism, you will need to locate and align the stars at 12 Stone Circle locations in the base game. You will receive experience points upon completing each one. There are another 2 optional Stone Circle locations in the Hidden Ones DLC. but these are not required to unlock the Isu armour. 2 Gladiator arenas in the game will pit you against tough enemies, upon which defeating you will be rewarded with experience points and in some cases legendary gear. To unlock the 2 arenas you must complete a level 28 main quest called the Crocodile's Jaws, as well as a level 28 side quest called the Champion, which is found in South Fiam Oasis just outside the first arena in Crocodilopolis. The main quest will naturally take you directly to the arena as part of the main story, so you can't miss it. Once completed, a side quest will be given named the Lure of Glory, taking you to the second optional arena in Cyrene. Hermit locations are designated areas in the game which you interact with to meditate. When you locate and meditate at each location, you will unlock an ability point, so they are all well worth the effort to seek out. There are 5 Hermit locations in the base game, 2 in the Hidden Ones DLC, and a further 5 in the Curse of the Pharaohs DLC. You will come across the Hippodrome in Canopus early in the story, which pits you against 5 opponents in Chariot racing. There are 4 tournaments in total, each with 3 races. You win 150 experience per race and 160 drachmas for winning a tournament. If you win all 4 tournaments, you will win the special Pharaoh's Horse Chariot, as well as unlock the elite versions of the tournaments. If you win all 4 elite tournaments, you will win a special Roman Warhorse Chariot. Nomad's Bazaar is a special roaming shop run by a boy named Reader, who becomes available early in the story. You will see him located on the map as a blue camel. He will show up in various locations all around Egypt. He sells 2 items, rare carbon crystals for crafting and Heka chests. He has 20 carbon crystals for sale in total for 3,000 drachmas each, and unlimited Heka chests for the same price. If you are online, he also offers daily quests, highlighted as a blue exclamation mark on your map, rewarding you with free Heka chests to open. However, in general, what you receive from the Heka chests isn't really worthwhile, so best to save your coin and dedicate your time to completing more meaningful tasks. Papyrus scroll puzzles are an activity in the game that provides one of the best methods of acquiring random rare and legendary weapons, with legendaries having a slightly higher chance of dropping. First, you need to locate and collect a papyrus scroll, located at various temples in the country, marked with a papyrus icon on your map. Once collected, you can then read the scrolls in your inventory, which gives you a clue as to the location of a hidden treasure. You'll be rewarded with experience points for locating and collecting the actual scroll itself, and upon finding the hidden treasure the scroll hints at, you'll be rewarded with a further 500 experience points, 300 drachmas, and a random rare or legendary weapon. In total, there are 29 papyrus scrolls to be found in the entire game. 25 scrolls are found in the base game, and a further 4 can be found in the Hidden Ones DLC. The Myths of the Pharaohs is an activity exclusive to the Curse of the Pharaohs DLC. It is a very similar activity to the papyrus scrolls just mentioned. However, instead of scrolls, you have to locate and read 4 stele in each of the 4 areas of the afterlife. So there are 16 stele to locate and read in total. Once all 4 stele have been read in a given area, a new clue will appear in your inventory under the Myths of the Pharaohs section. This will provide you with the final details to solve the riddle and track down the hidden treasure in that particular area. Your reward will be a random legendary weapon, and there are 4 in total to find and unlock. Phylakes Prey offer one of the best ways to acquire legendary weapons. They are a group of 10 elite bounty hunters that hunt Bayek at various locations after completing the main story quest, Gennadios the Phylaketae. They range from levels 20 to 40 and show up on the map as red horned head icons, patrolling their own designated regions. It's a good idea to always try and stealth assassinate a Phylakes prey when you locate one, as this can significantly drain their health even before battle begins. If your hidden blade has been sufficiently upgraded and you are at the right level, you may even kill them outright. If they happen to be on horseback, you can simply follow them undetected on foot until the assassinate prompt appears. Bayek will then pull them off their horse and inflict massive damage, giving you a big upper hand. It's also good practice to draw them into clear areas out of sight of patrolling guards before engaging. This will ensure your focus remains on the Phylakes prey without distraction, making your battle much more manageable. Upon killing each Phylakes prey, you will be rewarded with a legendary weapon, experience points, and drachmas. The first Phylake you kill will drop an assassination contract, explaining why the bounty hunters pursue Bayek. 4 of the 10 Phylakes prey will carry an ornamental key, which will drop once defeated. Collecting all 4 of these keys will unlock a quest to find the Black Hood legendary outfit. However, all 10 Phylakes prey will have to be tracked down and defeated in battle before the legendary outfit can be finally acquired. Shadows of the Scarab bounty hunters are exclusive to the Hidden Ones DLC and are similar to the Phylakes prey in the base game. The only difference being there is only 2 of them rather than 10 to kill for legendary weapons. Once both are defeated, this will trigger a final quest to find their leader, which upon completing will reward a large amount of experience points. There are 19 statues of the Pharaoh Ptolemy that can be found all across Egypt. The statues all hold a severed head in their hand with the intention of instilling fear to terrorize the public. Destroying these statues will earn you 150 to 450 experience points, depending on the statue. Just bear in mind, if there are any nearby guards in the vicinity, they will attack as soon as you hit the statue. Ptolemy statues are a very straightforward activity to help boost your experience points. So, if you come across them on your journeys, be sure to smash them up. Viewpoints in Assassin's Creed Origins differ from all previous Assassin's Creed games, in that they don't unfog the map when synchronized with. This time, physical exploration is required for map unfogging. However, what they do provide is adding question marks to the map of the surrounding area, highlighting places of interest worth exploration and ultimately reward. There's another worthwhile function to Viewpoints besides adding local POIs on the map, which is in relation to your scouting eagle Senyu. Every time you synchronize with a viewpoint, Senyu's perception will also slightly increase. This means every time you use Senyu's hover scanning ability, his range of perception to detect and tag targets of interest is increased, covering a larger area. Therefore, it is worth the effort to synchronize with as many viewpoints as possible, not to mention the aerial vistas you'll be treated to at each one, allowing you to take in the breathtaking world Ubisoft Montreal have created. Finally, we have animal lairs, found throughout Egypt at varying levels. Each lair will house one alpha elite animal, much stronger than the rest at that location. Alpha animals are identified with a yellow crown when tagged, similar to that of captains and commanders. Kill the alpha animal at each lair to complete the lair, earn experience and loot extra materials for crafting. The remaining animals are optional kills. There are 8 types of animal lairs to be found in the game as follows: cobras, crocodiles, hippos, hyenas, ibex, leopards, lions and vultures. Okay, before finishing the video, I'm going to throw in some extremely useful bonus tips for general play. I highly recommend you check these out. In the game options, I highly recommend changing the default shield action option from hold to toggle. This means you won't have to consistently hold up your shield during combat, making the flow of battle feel much more natural. It is best to attack enemy camps at night, when many guards will be sleeping, meaning easy assassinations and less patrols. To skip time forward, make sure to unlock the Dawn and Dusk ability in the Seer tree. The Assassin's Creed icon at the top right of the screen indicates you have ability points to spend, and the hammer icon indicates you have crafting upgrades available. To track the upgrade resources required to level a particular piece of gear without having to enter the gear screen, you can use the pin feature by pressing the corresponding button when hovering over a piece of crafting gear. Now, when you're out scanning with Senu, the resources required to upgrade that particular piece of gear to the next level will be displayed in the top right of the screen. When at any trader, hold down on the D-pad or hold V to automatically sell all your items in one go that are only useful for selling. Basically, all your trinkets and all your animal goods. Besides tagging enemies and quest objectives, Senu's hover ability will also reveal treasure locations, hidden or secret entrances, as well as brazier alarms. Just make sure to follow the direction of the small white arrows while scanning to reveal everything in Senu's perception. Make sure to sabotage any brazier alarms at large military installations to prevent reinforcements. You can locate brazier alarms by using Senu's hover ability. If a Phylake prey is nearby, a triggered alarm will draw them to assist the enemy, making your mission a lot tougher. A red background on a tagged enemy's level indicates they are a higher level than you. A skull icon indicates they are at least 4 levels above you and best avoided. Okay, so that's the end of the guide. If you have any combat tips of your own, or if there's anything I missed, please leave a comment below so we can start a discussion. I hope you found at least some parts of this guide useful. If you did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you would like to see more videos from Gamer Grade. Every like and sub helps me tremendously and will allow me to make more and better quality videos in future. I'm Jay, hope to see you in the next one.